welcome to Abstract Boss. So, I have a lot of extra paint in my studio and I need to get rid of it so I can use those containers for something else and to kind of get my studio a little bit more organized. Yeah, it is a disaster. Anywho, I have two methods that I'm going to be trying. One I came up with all on my own, and the second one I came across the gal on YouTube and it just looked really cool and she totally did it on accident, which I love. So, let's get to it. Okay, so I don't have all my colors marked, so really it's just orange and yellow and gold and red and like an aqua and a lime green and white and yellow and like a corally color, so don't ask. I'm not going to be able to answer that for you and I'm so sorry, but yeah, everything should have silicone in it except for the white if I remember correctly, but pretty much this is just old paint that needs to be used, so that's what I'm doing. I'll see, look at that, these bottles need to be cleaned out, all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed you guys through the pouring into the bottle itself, or the cups, and I'll get you guys right to the action. Okay, so I found her and her name is Gina DeLuca and she did this technique and it was a total accident that she did it, but it looked so cool. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so I've just randomly put the colors in to kind of do a similar color scheme. The biggest thing that you want to make sure you do is grab a popsicle stick and mix it just slightly. So I'm going to take my popsicle stick and I'm just going to kind of do a little twisty thing in there, okay? Oops, a little twisty thing. That's it. Because I want to break up that layer thing. Same thing here. I did kind of like a figure 8, if that helps. Okay, ooh, and you can already see some of the cells forming on this one. That's pretty. Okay. So the thing that she did, I'm going to do her technique over on these two that she had done, Gina DeLuca, and then I'm going to do the one that I thought of right down here with these colors. So what she had done, kind of similar to that tree ring pour, is, you know, she got a lot of the line works on it and I really enjoyed it, but she started to pour and then she sort of just folded the paint in on itself as she kept going. And my lines didn't really start to form until down there, so that's interesting. Okay, let's try it again. There it goes. So I'm just going up and down, up and down, up and down. Ooh, I got the white out on this one. Okay. Maybe try it right over on top of it. Up and down. This one's going to be a really interesting one since I had to go back over. Oh my gosh, I wish I could save what's in there though. That's so pretty. Okay, and then you're just going to tilt it back and forth. Creates that line work. Oh, look how pretty. But I like the lines in it, I really do. Alright, Gina, I gotta say, what you did was not easy to replicate. But, I mean, this still looks like a really cool piece. So, I'm gonna keep that and pour my other, tilt my other one. Sorry for the gunfire in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I live by a military base, so there's a lot of training going on right now. I've been falling asleep to the sounds of freedom. So nice. Ooh, I like this one. This one is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna switch my gloves out since I'm gonna work with a completely different color scheme now, and be right back. Okay, so the next one that I'm gonna do is the one that I thought of. So I was inspired because of the tree ring pour. Now, when you do the tree ring pour, you keep it in a very small circle the entire time and let the paint spread out and do its own work. What I was thinking is, why haven't we done swirls with that same similar technique? So I'm gonna try 2 different swirls, okay? The first one I'm gonna try is just a really big swirl. I'm gonna go all the way out and around and see how that works out. Okay, I don't know how this one turned out to go right through it all because I stayed and did an entire swirl, but I mean, it still looks cool, so we'll go with it. But I mean, this is really pretty, and you could see different levels or layers or whatever you want to call it, but I really like it. Okay, now I'm going to stretch it back the other way because I like that black on there. Turned out really pretty. Make sure you're getting your edges as you go. And I really want to stretch out these cells, and the best way to do that is to allow as much paint to come off as you can. So, tappity tap tap, get that to come off. And if you get the most paint off as you can, that also helps with the crazing, which is that cracking that a lot of the beginners come into. So there we go. That's pretty. I like it. Okay, the next idea that I had, this one was just pour in that swirl. Now I'm gonna try to do swirls within that same direction. So I'm gonna go in that swirling direction, just like I did on this one, but I'm gonna do little swirls along it. So this actually is gonna help having this line here. There we go. Let's see if it works. It's gonna be difficult. Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to call this the swirl technique. I like this one. This one's cool. I guess both of them are swirl technique, but you know, this is super cool. It's like a bunch of mini tree rings. Oh yeah, so neat. Oh cool, once it gets to the end you can see some really cool texture coming out. Looks like a bunch of mini shells basically. Oh, that's neat. Okay, let's stretch those out. Come this way. And this way. Oh neat, it definitely looks like a shell. That's cool. Alright, I think I like it. That's pretty cool. So I would recommend having a little bit more paint in the cup so that way you don't have to pour off all that cool edge detail that came out, because that was probably my favorite part of the whole thing. But there's a lot of lines in here and I really like that. I'm gonna grab my blowtorch and see what my blowtorch adds to it. Oh, this is cool. I like them. All right, this one turned out really cool. So I recommend going and doing that up and down, up and down, up and down technique, and then coming back in and doing it again just to get that inner line work, because that turned out really cool. This one I didn't do that second line with, and it's still cool, but it's not as cool. So I'll give you guys some close-ups here. And that's it. So if you guys liked my video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or share. If you guys really enjoy it, share it with your friends. Let them come and see what I do as well. And if you have requests, obviously I don't stick to just one thing. I like to do a bunch of stuff because that's me. All right, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.